Today I'm going to discuss Ultion locks and how to cut the keys. Now you can cut these keys in a manual milling machine, but for the purpose of this video we're going to show you an electronic Silca Futura machine. But let's get some understanding about the actual Ultion locks have. We're going to come in. So Ultion locks have kind of had 3 generations as far as key blanks are concerned. So the original one, okay. Right, this is the original one, and how we know is if you look at the actual key blank, we have 2 tracks and 2 tracks. So 2 tracks there, 2 tracks there. So if we get the right blank for this one, 2 tracks there, 2 tracks there, and this is an Ariba key BRS1, okay? But 2 tracks, 2 tracks. So we've got to match the keys, okay? That was generation 1, okay? Then we saw generation 2, Ultion keys. Still had U numbers, so they still have U numbers on the back of the key, same as the first one, U numbers. But this time, they actually have 1 track and a 2 track. 1 track, 2 track. So if we get the key we need, that has 1 track, 2 track. And this is a JMA blank WRN2D. So 2 track, 1 track. So we make sure we get the right blanks. Okay. Now we have the 3rd generation, what we call the X numbers. So these actually have X numbers on the back of the key. Okay. And what you notice distinctly is it's only got 1 track, of course. Where all the previous Ultion keys had 2 tracks, this side and that side. But they've made the keys much thicker, much stronger, and increased security a lot. They're actually now giving £2,000 guarantee if it gets false damage to it. And we have to make sure we get the blank for them. And the blanks for them are chunkier keys like these. Chunkier. There's only 1 type at the moment for the X. Okay, so it's much thicker key blank. Alright. At the moment, you cannot buy the blanks for the Ultion unless you're an Ultion agent, and you can't cut them on the Futura unless you buy the additional drawer, additional cutter, just set you back around £300, and you become an Ultion agent. So at the moment, it is better getting these cut through Ultion agents at the moment until that cost comes down as far as a key cutting shop's concerned. Now, but we can cut all the U numbers, and U numbers are still popular because they were used right up till around about 2020. So still a lot of these U numbers around. So we're just going to choose one lock for example. So we're going to choose this one now, which has got 2 track, 2 track. That's the first thing we get. So we get our blank. This one, it's got 2 tracks and 2 tracks. Okay. Now we go straight to our machine. So once you turn the Ultion machine on, we're going to click on search. So this is Silca Futura again, dimple key. Now we go straight to the bottom here and type in Ultion. It comes up with Brisson Ultion there and click search. 2 types of keys will come up. Okay. You've got U numbers, and then underneath you've got the latest update, it'll say the X number. If you click on the X number one, it'll just say you need to have the latest update and pay for it. But for this purpose, we're going to click the U number. Now, it doesn't matter what blank you're using, whether you're using a 2 track, 2 track or 2 track, 1 track, it doesn't make a difference for the machine. The machine, the cuts are exactly the same situation. Just the right blank will fit in the lock. So we've got our row here, we've got our top cuts here, which are either 1s or 2s. We're going to check that because we always want to manually read the keys after the machine's decoded it, in case the cuts were worn or they've got dirt in them that we can't read it. At the bottom, we have 6 steps. 1's the shallowest, 6 is the deepest. So let's actually go ahead with decoding this key. This is our key. So we're going to click on decode. It's going to tell us what jaws to put in. 01J, 1R, 01J, 02J, and we need to put it into stop 2. So we'll put it into stop 2 there. Open the key, clamp it, turn it, drop the key down. And watch now, it's going to decode this key. If it ever shows dashes, that means it's not ready cut, so you can change them to 1s. Okay, what we want to do is read the key now. So this top row, we know it can be a 2 or a 1. 2 is deeper than a 1. So I'm reading 2, 1, 2, 2, 1. 2, 1, 2, 2, 1. Fantastic. Bottom row now, I know 6 are my deepest cut, and 1's barely a cut. So I've definitely got a 1 there, second to last. I've definitely got a 6 there. So I read 6, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2. 6, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2. Now if I was paying for the license for the U numbers too, it'd also find me a code, and I can also do by code there. But I don't pay for license on this one because I don't get that many Ultions. So we're gonna just do off a D code. Now, we get our blank. So we need the one that's 2 and 1, so it's not that one, it's that one. And we're gonna click cut. Okay, it tells me to make sure I've got the 0, 1 RJ in, 1 RJ and 2, which I've got. Now I'm gonna move the tracer out of the way and put in the cutter 0, 2D and to the second stop. Clamp the key, and now you should see the machine going like a mill in motion. Brilliant. So I'm just going to give it a clean. So that motion of brushing the key and sort of flipping it over allows me to put the key in both ways. Now, normally I would brush this key, okay, give it a nice, make it smooth, and I'll put a little bit of graphite powder in the lock, because Ultion keys do like a bit of graphite powder to do it. I'm just literally put the key in now and turn it. Okay, so that's how we successfully identify if it's a U lock, and is it a 1-track, 2-track profile, or 2-track, 2-track profile, 2 generations of U, and that's how also we tell about the X locks too. Thank you.